We were told that being nice would bring us peace, that if we stayed quiet, understanding, available, things would work out. But for a lot of men, it didn't bring peace. It brought confusion, resentment, and a quiet feeling that somewhere along the way, we lost ourselves. Here's the hard truth no one says out loud. Sometimes a person who walks away, betrays you, or replaces you thinks they won. They think they escaped consequences. They think you were the weak one. But Stoicism teaches something far colder and far more accurate. Karma doesn't rush. It doesn't announce itself. And it rarely looks like punishment. Welcome back to Be Stoic. Today, we're talking about 6 signs they think they won, but karma is already destroying them. Not so we can feel superior, but so we can stop bleeding our energy into people who no longer matter. The modern struggle, why this hurts so much. Let's be honest. Modern relationships don't just end. They vanish. Ghosting, silent replacements, social media smiles that feel like a knife. And the worst part? We're left asking questions that don't have answers. Was I not enough? Did they upgrade? Why does it look like I'm the only one hurting? This isn't a dating problem. This is a soul problem. Because when our sense of worth is outsourced to another person's attention, silence feels like annihilation. Marcus Aurelius warned us about this long before Instagram existed. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. In modern terms, the pain isn't that they left. The pain is that we made them the judge of our value. And that's where karma quietly begins its work. Sign number 1, they need to be seen. The first sign karma is already working. They need an audience. Constant posts, stories, smiling photos that feel loud. Not joy, noise. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius said, "How much time he saves who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does." People who are at peace don't broadcast it. They live it. When someone needs validation from strangers to confirm their worth, they're already trapped, dependent, restless. And restlessness is not freedom. It's hunger. Sign number 2, they can't sit alone. They move fast. New connection, new distraction, new excitement, because silence scares them. Seneca warned us, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. A man who can't be alone has never met himself. And a person who hasn't met themselves will repeat the same damage, just with different faces. You didn't lose someone who found happiness. You lost someone who ran from stillness. Sign number 3, they mock your growth. Ever notice this? When you go quiet, when you stop explaining, when you start rebuilding, they minimize you, laugh at your discipline, call it ego code or fake maturity. That's not confidence. That's insecurity reacting to your alignment. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Growth makes insecure people uncomfortable because it reminds them of what they avoid. Sign number 4, they frame themselves as the victim. No accountability. Just stories where they were misunderstood, mistreated, unlucky. Stoicism is brutal here. Marcus Aurelius believed responsibility was the foundation of character. When someone refuses responsibility, they refuse power. And a person without power over themselves will always suffer. Quietly, repeatedly, endlessly. Sign number 5, they chase control, not connection. Manipulation isn't strength. Control isn't love. If someone needs leverage to feel safe, they're already living in fear. True strength doesn't coerce. It doesn't provoke reactions. It doesn't need to win. As Stoics, we know the man who needs control is not powerful. He is terrified of losing it. Sign number 6, they still watch you. Here's the quietest sign of all. They watch, from a distance, silently, not because they miss you, but because your stillness disrupts their narrative. You didn't collapse. You didn't beg. You didn't become bitter. And that forces a question they can't answer. What if he was stronger than I thought? The Stoic intervention, the inner citadel. Here's where Stoicism changes everything. Marcus Aurelius spoke of the inner citadel, the part of you untouched by chaos, opinion, or loss. Modern translation, A man whose identity does not depend on being chosen cannot be abandoned. Karma isn't about revenge. It's about alignment. When you live in contradiction, life feels like resistance. When you live in integrity, life feels quieter. 3 philosophical shifts. Shift number 1. From seeking love to becoming grounded. Love isn't found through pursuit. It's attracted to stability. When we stop asking, do they want me? And start asking, am I living with honor? Everything changes. Shift number 2. From reacting to them to responding to values. Silence becomes strength. Boundaries become natural. And decisions become simpler, not emotional. Principled. Shift number 3. From being chosen to choosing your life. Here's the rarely discussed truth. The goal isn't to keep someone. It's to build a life so solid that any relationship is an addition, not a lifeline. That's freedom. The new angle, what real karma looks like. Karma isn't them hurting. It's them repeating patterns while you outgrow the game. It's them chasing validation while you build meaning. It's them living reactively while you become unshakable. And that difference compounds. Silently, relentlessly. Outro the Brotherhood Call. We don't need more men who play games. We don't need louder egos or clever strategies. The world needs men who can sit with discomfort without collapsing. Men who build character when no one is watching. Men who don't need revenge to feel whole. If that's the path you're on, you're already winning. This is Be Stoic. If you're committed to becoming unshakable, subscribe and walk this path with us.